Hello and welcome to the Business English Podcast. I'm your host Rob and I'm thrilled to have you here today. In this episode, we're diving into a powerful tool that can transform your professional communication: conditional phrases. Now, you might be wondering, why are conditional phrases so important in business? Imagine you're in a high-stakes meeting, presenting a project proposal, or even just chatting with a colleague about a potential opportunity. Conditional phrases can help you articulate possibilities, set clear expectations, and sound incredibly professional. They can make the difference between sounding hesitant and sounding decisive. In today's episode titled Powerful Conditional Phrases for Pro Meetings, we'll explore 6 key expressions that will help you navigate various business scenarios with confidence and clarity. These aren't just any phrases. They're the kind that can make you stand out in meetings, presentations, and even casual office conversations. We'll start with some foundational principles and techniques to ensure that you're using these phrases effectively. Then we'll break down each phrase, repeat it for emphasis, and explore real-world scenarios where you can use them. Finally, I'll share some final tips to help you master these expressions and integrate them seamlessly into your daily interactions. So, stick around because by the end of this episode, you'll have a set of powerful phrases that can enhance your professional presence and make your communication more impactful. Ready to elevate your business English skills? Let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Business English Podcast, helping professionals communicate more effectively, more confidently, and with impact. With your host, Rob. From Energetic English, let's get down to business. Now that we've set the stage, let's dive into the foundational principles and techniques for using conditional phrases effectively in your professional life. First off, why are these phrases so impactful? Well, conditional phrases allow you to present potential scenarios and their outcomes clearly. They help you set the stage for what's possible, what's necessary, and what's at stake. This clarity is crucial in business meetings, where decisions and strategies hinge on understanding these very possibilities. Let's talk about 3 key principles that will help you master these phrases. Principle 1: clarity. When using conditional phrases, it's essential to make sure that your condition and result are crystal clear. Ambiguity can lead to misunderstandings, and in business, that can be costly. For instance, saying, "If we hit our targets, everyone will receive a bonus." Principle 2: relevance. Your conditional phrases need to be relevant to the discussion at hand. They should address the key concerns and objectives of your meeting or conversation. For example, in a project meeting, a phrase like, "Assuming we get the resources, we can complete this project on time," directly ties into the team's immediate goals and challenges. Principle 3: confidence. Deliver your phrases with confidence to show decisiveness and leadership. Instead of saying, "If we maybe stick to the plan, results should follow," you should say, "Provided we stick to the plan, results will follow." This not only sounds more professional, but also instills confidence in your colleagues and audience. Now, you might be thinking, how exactly do I put these principles into practice? That's what we'll cover next. We'll break down 6 powerful conditional phrases, repeat them for emphasis, and then look at specific scenarios where you can use them effectively. By the end of this episode, you'll have these phrases at your fingertips, ready to deploy in any business situation. So, are you ready to elevate your communication skills and stand out in your professional interactions? Let's move on to our first phrase and see how these principles come to life. Stay tuned. So now it's time to dive into the heart of today's episode, the powerful conditional phrases that will elevate your professional communication. We'll go through each phrase, I'll give you a moment to repeat it, and then we'll explore a scenario where you can use it effectively. Let's get started. Phrase 1. If we tackle this now, we'll save time later. Repeat after me. If we tackle this now, we'll save time later. Imagine you're in a project planning meeting and there's a tricky issue that comes up. By using this phrase, you emphasize the importance of addressing problems early to prevent future delays. It shows foresight and a proactive attitude, which are highly valued in any professional setting. Phrase 2. Should this succeed, we're in for a big win. Repeat after me. Should this succeed, we're in for a big win. Picture yourself presenting a new marketing strategy to your team. This phrase highlights the potential positive outcome if the plan works, motivating your team and aligning everyone with the goal. It's a great way to generate excitement and buy-in for new initiatives. Phrase 3. Provided we stick to the plan, results will follow. Repeat after me. Provided we stick to the plan, results will follow. Use this phrase during a team meeting to stress the importance of following the established strategy. It reinforces the idea that discipline and adherence to the plan are crucial for success. This can be particularly useful when reminding your team to stay focused and committed. Phrase 4. If this pans out, we're golden. Repeat after me. If this pans out, we're golden. Imagine a casual conversation with a colleague about a potential business deal. This informal phrase conveys optimism and confidence in the outcome. It's perfect for building rapport and maintaining a positive atmosphere in less formal settings. Phrase 5. Assuming we get approval, we can proceed immediately. Repeat after me. Assuming we get approval, we can proceed immediately. You might use this phrase in a budget meeting when outlining next steps. It clearly sets the condition that approval is needed before moving forward, ensuring that everyone understands the prerequisites for action. This phrase is particularly effective in structured decision-making environments. Phrase 6. If we nail this, it's a game changer. Repeat after me. If we nail this, it's a game changer. Use this phrase in a presentation to stakeholders, emphasizing the significance of successfully launching a new product. It underscores the high stakes and the transformative potential of the project, capturing the attention and investment of your audience. So there we have these 6 conditional phrases. Let's move on to our last section for some final tips. Right, now we've covered some powerful conditional phrases that can significantly enhance your professional communication. Now let's wrap up with some key final tips to help you master these expressions and seamlessly integrate them into your daily business interactions. Tip 1. Practice makes perfect. The more you practice these phrases, the more natural they'll feel. Try incorporating them into your everyday conversations, even outside of work. The key is repetition. The more you use them, the more they'll become a part of your regular vocabulary. Why not start today? Think about the next meeting and plan to use one of these phrases. Tip 2. Adapt to your audience. Tailor these phrases to fit your specific business context and audience. In a formal presentation, you might use, assuming we get approval, we can proceed immediately. But in a casual team huddle, if this pans out, we're golden, might be more appropriate. Adjusting your language to the setting shows emotional intelligence and adaptability, key traits in any professional environment. Tip 3. Combine phrases for impact. Don't be afraid to combine these phrases to reinforce your points. For example, if we tackle this now, we'll save time later, and provided we stick to the plan, results will follow. This technique not only clarifies your message, but also demonstrates a strategic mindset. Experiment with combinations to see what works best for different scenarios. Tip 4. Record and review. Recording your meetings or practice sessions can be incredibly helpful. Play back your recordings to hear how you sound and identify areas for improvement. Do you sound confident? Are your phrases clear and impactful? This self-review process is a powerful way to refine your delivery. Tip 5. Seek feedback. Don't hesitate to ask for feedback from colleagues or mentors. They can provide valuable insights into how you're coming across and suggest ways to improve. Constructive feedback is a goldmine for personal and professional growth. So what's next? How can you take these tips and phrases and turn them into a powerful part of your communication toolkit? And that wraps up today's episode of the Business English Podcast. I hope you've enjoyed learning these powerful conditional phrases as much as I've enjoyed sharing them with you. Remember, these phrases are more than just words. They're tools that can help you communicate more effectively and confidently in any professional setting. If you found today's episode useful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update. And if you know someone who could benefit from these tips, why not share the podcast with them too? Together, we can all become more effective communicators. Thanks for tuning in to the Business English Podcast. Keep practicing, stay confident, and of course, keep it strictly business.
You have been listening to the Business English Podcast. Remember to subscribe, leave a review, and we'll see you next time.